Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm taking a break from painting my ceiling in the house. I looked out the window and I realized it's a perfect evening to go flying. So if you want to go along, hop in.
Message.
I wonder if it's going to be bumpy out. It's still pretty windy. Look, it looks smoother, but I can see the flags and the windsock is straight out. A nice crosswind on the runway, but hopefully it's not too bumpy. I have my camera, this one right here, positioned right where like a passenger's head would be. So kind of gives you an idea of what it's like maybe to fly in a cruiser from the right seat. Well, you guys know the routine. We sit here until the engine oil warms up to 120 degrees. It's only at 75 right now. It's giving me a warning on a dynon, just telling me all my cylinder head temperatures are low right now. You don't really need flaps to take off, but I add about 2 seconds of flaps. This airplane is such the perfect airplane for an evening flight like this. Just to go up and sightsee and look at all the long shadows on the ground. Got these huge bubble doors, I can look straight down. It's a little bumpy, not too bad yet.
Just gonna 77, 2 steps upside, left downwind, runway 31, that's traffic.
Let me see if I can dig out my phone and I'll show you the nice long video, or the nice long shadows on the ground, which I really like. It looks really nice. Yeah, maybe we'll head down to Bright, see if anybody's home there. Found the dynon, I go to direct, and then recent, and then 45 Golf, hit direct again, and it'll take me right there. I don't know if with this, see this camera, here's the problem, this camera kind of keeps moving because of the vibration of this top window, so hopefully it's kind of pointed to where you would be looking, and I don't know how wide the view is, if you can see the panel or not. You probably can, because these GoPros have a pretty wide viewing area. And then also on the dynon, if I go to info and then comm, 45 Golf is already up there, so it's 22.9. And all I have to do is hit tune comm, and it puts it in the secondary on the radio, and then I just flip it over into the primary there. And now I have the CTAF up for Brighton. And also gives me, runway 422, it gives me all the information there. Airport, gives me info about the airport. I really like the dynon here. It's just such a great system. So I now have all of my slats painted. You guys saw in the previous video, the right side is installed. And then the left side, I have the yellow painted and the green painted. And I actually had the yellow painted a couple days ago, or a week ago. And I just had to I repainted it today. And what I noticed was, because I use gray primer, and that yellow is so thin, there's not a lot of pigment in yellow paint. I could kind of see some areas that were a little bit, I could see like the gray underneath it. And then there's a little access panel, which I'll show you, that goes on the very back of the slat, and it's where the lights go in, the wire for the lights go in. And that had more coats of paint on it, and when I went to put it on, it was noticeably darker yellow. So I knew that the slat needed another coat of paint. So I scuffed the whole thing up, put it in the paint booth this morning, and got 2 more coats put on it. So I'll leave it in the paint booth for a couple days, and then once I take that out, I'll attach it, the two slats together, and then it will be ready to install on the right wing. And then it's off to priming and painting the flaperons. So there's 4 of those pieces I have to do. It'd be nice to get those on because then I can rig all the flight controls. You know, the flaperons will be on, the elevator, the rudder, everything's ready to go. So we're really on the home stretch with the Super Duty, I feel like. The big thing now is the firewall forward, and that's a lot of work to do yet, but trying to get it done as fast as I can. And Brighton 7 Mike Delta, turn to final 4, Brighton. That'll work for this one. It's bumpy down here with a crosswind, and the runway is like 7 feet wide. All right, we'll taxi back to runway 4. Like my buddy Ryan is pulling out his or is that decathlon? I mean, going flying. Right, traffic 7 Mike Delta departing 4, Brighton.
What's up, Mark?
How's it going, man? I'm making a video. Come on up. I'll get an air-to-air shot of you.
Yeah, I just got home from work. I'm like, it's too nice just to go inside.
I agree. Oh, what a show-off. He's got the smoke on. That does look cool. What I'm going to try to do is get him to about my 2 o'clock position or 1 o'clock. And then I think the wing strut camera will get him in view. Turn around real quick here and see if I can get this smoke. There it is. Hopefully that strut camera will get that. Ryan, I'm just to the northeast of the airfield here at 2400.
Yep, I see ya.
What I want to do is head north, and I want to get on your about 7 or 8 o'clock, and that'll get you in my wing strut camera.
Okay.
And the sun will shine nicely on your plane.
I'm at your 7 o'clock low right now, about a mile.
I got you. That smoke is nice, man. I'd like to add that to the pits.
There you go.
Traffic.
Traffic, that's him. Right behind me, same altitude. If you can see from this camera here, which keeps moving, that's him on the screen with the ADS-B. I better speed up here. Just get the... I don't know how slow his airplane can go, but I'm going
7 o'clock low.
Yeah, can you come up on my right side and then just move ahead to about my, would be my 1 o'clock?
Okay.
All right, I see him right behind me here. He's going to be coming up on my right. Man, that's beautiful.
Beautiful night. I'm gonna throw it into slip, just fly off me if you could.
That makes me want to not sell my pits.
Yeah, man. Alright, I'm gonna climb out, try to use the macro. Enjoy your evening.
Okay, man, we'll see ya.
See ya.
Alright, guys, I'm going to continue north and head on home. He's going to go have some fun in the decathlon. I still debate on whether or not I want to sell my pits. And I have the same feelings of that pits that I had with my, remember the E model, my first pits that I had? I keep thinking, like, if I keep this pits, man, I'd really like to rip it apart and completely restore it into a brand new airplane. That would take a lot of money, and I don't really want to sink money into that airplane, but I don't know, man. I just have the itch to do it. The other thing I thought, too, this might sound kind of weird, is that I'd like to have an older Model 4 Kit Fox. And I'd like to find one that's flyable, but old. And then get it, maybe even trade it for the pits, and then restore the Kit Fox. I'd like to put the bush gear on it and kind of make it a backcountry plane. Even though I don't need it for any at all because I have the Super Duty, it would just be a fun airplane to kind of rebuild. And I've always said, not always, but I've been saying recently that I don't want to build any more airplanes because I'm just, you know, I'm tired of doing nothing else in life other than sitting in my hangar building airplanes. But I still have an itch. Maybe not to build a new one, but I'd like to restore one. Nothing certified. I just like to get, like I said, something like the Kit Fox or even my pits and just restore it. Be a lot cheaper than building a brand new plane, but it would still cost some money. You know, the fabric, it would have to be a tube and fabric airplane. That's definitely what I want to do next, is a tube and fabric plane. And I think the fabric and the paint would probably be the most expensive part of the build, unless I rebuilt the engine. And the thing I like about the doing a Kit Fox is I would make the panel just dirt simple. I would just have like an airspeed altimeter, a radio, and a transponder, and I mean that's it, and an engine gauge. I wouldn't have a whole glass panel, just something light, simple, inexpensive. It'd be kind of fun. I'll probably never do it, but if I was going to build another airplane, that's probably what I'd want to do, is I'd want to rebuild a Kit Fox. I like the Model 4s. I like they have that big, or not big, but the round, half-round instrument panel. I like the round cowling that's on those. I have no interest at all in a new Kit Fox, like the newer versions. The only way I'd want a Kit Fox if I get an old Model 4. Or maybe a Model 5. I think the 5 still had the round cowl. But something like that. Alright, let's see. Direct, recent, 9 Golf 2, direct. There we go. And then I can bring up the, if I hit display, the map column info. And then all on the right side here, it gives me the time to the waypoint, the miles, and all that kind of good stuff. See if I get a nice picture of the sunset. Price traffic, Submite Delta is 1 mile south, overflying for left downwind runway 9 at Price. Price, Submite Delta, left downwind runway 9, Price. Price, Submite Delta, left base 9, Price. Alright, nobody's on final. Price, traffic, Submite Delta, turn and final, runway 9, Price. I always like to come in a little high on runway 9 because I have to taxi all the way down to the exit anyway, and there's nowhere to land in short final if something would happen to the engine. So I'd rather be high, and if something happens, the engine conks out, I can at least glide down to the runway. There's no point in landing short because, like I said, I have to taxi all the way down here. Right on center line, I hold that nose wheel off. There we go, as long as I can.
You get a 10 out of 10 for that landing.
All right.
That was absolutely perfect.
Thanks, it's a nice evening out. That's my neighbor Len with the Velocity. We've had an airplane tied down here for a while. It looks like an Araka Champ, I think. It's been here for a couple of weeks, which is nice to see another plane here. If I would have known Len was sitting out on his patio, I would have landed as short as I can and taxied off on that first taxiway. I've done it before, just to make him jealous. 'Cause obviously with his velocity, he needs a lot of runway. All right, here we are, home sweet home.